Okay, so welcome to this tutorial where we are going to talk about gradient mesh, and let's start with it. So firstly, if I show you this project, I just have a picture of a green and that's all. So now making the gradient mesh. So firstly we start by making a frame. So this frame would be not this big, it would be 1920 by 1080, and it can be whatever size you want. It does not need to be any particular size. It can be square, it can be rectangle, it can be anything. It doesn't matter much. So this is the first frame. We keep it here. Now what we do is we use shapes. So we make shapes like this, for example an ellipse. We can use any shape. It can be a rectangle, it can be polygons, it can be triangles, but we just need to modify the shapes like this. So just going ahead with making multiple shapes like this. So we are done with the shapes. So we can add one more here, but it's okay. So now comes the most important part, which is the coloring part. So we start with any of the shapes and choose a color. For example, we choose a color like this, a bright one rather, like this. Yeah. Now in any other shape, firstly what we do is we pick the color of this one and just use this slider, just this slider, to change the color. So for this one we go here and we repeat the process. Just copy and change the color. Just copy and do the same thing again. You can also repeat any of the colors if required, but in our case we don't have too many colors, so it's okay. We can use multiple colors like this. And okay, let's repeat one color. We will use this color. Okay, so now the coloring part is done. Now what we do is we just simply copy all of these. Not copy, we just select all of these, and here in the effects one, we use the effect called layer blur. So we apply the layer blur and blur and blur until we get to this position where all the colors are almost indistinguishable. Yeah, so we have reached the proper stage. Now what we do is we can group them all together, and then we reduce the opacity to something like maybe 20. And if we now give a background color to this, like let's say this color, so here we have a beautiful gradient mesh. Okay, so it's all complete, but now I will show you how to use it in a prototype with some cool animations also. So we copy it here, and now in this case we just move the shapes here and there, like this, and like this. And also we can change the color of this, so while animation it will look good. Yellow, and this colors to maybe something like red, this color to something maybe like blue. And then we again copy this frame, and here again we just change the colors, something like this and this, and move them like also this and this, and this color also changes, so it goes here, this goes here. Yeah, so we have got basically got 3 frames over here of multiple colors of the gradient mesh. Now what we can do is apply the noise filter over them. So firstly I apply this noise filter. I make it like small like this and like this, and we basically blend it using the darken or multiply also works, but in our case we go with the darken, and we make it like something like 50. And going here we just copy the greens from this to this and to this. Now we are done with this part, and we will go to the prototyping. So what we will do is simply drag this from this, and instead of on click go for after delay, and 800 is the fine one, and animation should be smart animate, and the duration should also be equal to the delay. and again from this one we go to this same after delay 800, and here also we can go for ease in and out and ease in or ease out. It will look all the same for all of them, I guess. I mean, not same but almost same. And from this we go back to the first one. So it's a simple logic. From the frame 1 we go to the frame 2, and from the frame 2 we go to the frame 3, and from the frame 3 we go back from frame 3 to frame 1. And now if we run the prototype, we will get something like this. Let it load, and yeah, this is the animation. So if we can do the full screen, yeah, this is how it will look. So that's all for the tutorial, and I hope you all like this video. If you liked it, make sure to subscribe to me, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.